You deaf or just dumb, lady? The biker barked, slamming his fist on the bar counter. His voice echoed through the diner like a gunshot. All heads turned, but the woman didn't flinch. She just sat there in her crisp army uniform, back straight, eyes forward, quietly sipping her coffee like the chaos wasn't aimed right at her. The biggest of the three bikers, bearded, furious, with a leather jacket that smelled like beer and bad choices, stepped closer, invading her space. "That's our booth," he growled, stabbing his finger inches from her face. "Move before I drag you out myself." The bar fell silent. Even the jukebox seemed to skip a beat. Everyone expected her to apologize, to get up, to shrink into the background like everyone else had done whenever these guys swaggered in. But she didn't. She calmly set her mug down, adjusted her gloves, and looked him dead in the eye. "You don't want to do that," she said softly, voice like steel under velvet. The bikers laughed. The leader leaned in, puffing his chest. "Lady, I ain't afraid of no soldier girl in fancy buttons." His crew chuckled behind him, cracking knuckles and making bets under their breath. She didn't move. She didn't blink. The tension was unbearable. One of the waitresses had already stepped behind the counter and dialed 911 just in case. But what happened next, no one was ready for. With the precision of someone who'd done it 1,000 times, the woman stood. In one fluid motion, she shifted her weight, grabbed the man's pointing finger mid-air, and twisted it backward until his knees buckled with a scream. Before the others could react, she pivoted, drove her elbow into the second biker's chest, knocking the wind right out of him, then spun and swept the third one's legs out from under him. It took all of 4 seconds. When the dust settled, the only one still standing was her. The bar exploded in gasps. The lead biker writhed on the floor, clutching his arm, groaning in pain. His friends weren't much better, one coughing, the other groaning and face down. The woman sat back down, picked up her coffee, and calmly took another sip. "This booth's free now," she said, not even looking at them. That's when the whispers started. Someone recognized the patch on her shoulder. A decorated sergeant, Special Forces, discharged just 6 months ago after completing her 4th tour overseas. Silver Star, Purple Heart, classified operations. Her file wasn't public, but her reputation, that was gospel in certain circles. She hadn't come to start a fight. She was just passing through. A stop for coffee on a long drive to visit her father's grave. But these men had chosen the wrong target, too arrogant to realize the quiet woman they were mocking could dismantle all 3 of them without breaking a sweat. The police showed up minutes later, but the bikers didn't press charges. They couldn't. Not without admitting they'd started it. Not without video, though someone had recorded everything and quietly slid it over to the officer. The officer, a Marine veteran himself, took one look at her, saluted and asked if she needed anything. She declined, of course, just wanted to finish her drink in peace. Before she left, the owner came over. "Ma'am," he said, voice low and respectful, "that seat's yours for life, and the coffee's on the house." She nodded once, stood, and walked out the door without another word. By the time the video hit social media that evening, it had already gone viral. Millions of views, thousands of comments. Not because of the fight, but because of her calm, her control. The way she dismantled 3 grown men without arrogance, without rage, and without saying more than a few words. Just pure discipline. People started calling her the Quiet Storm. News outlets reached out, but she never responded. She didn't want fame. She didn't want interviews. She just wanted people to learn one thing. Never mistake silence for weakness, because real strength doesn't need to yell. Real strength just sits quietly and waits until it's absolutely necessary. And when it moves, nobody sees it coming. Before we wrap up this story, drop a comment and let us know where you're watching from. Don't just scroll, we're reading every single one. If this story touched you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let us know how you feel in the comments.